Hello Internet and welcome back to the RoUCa Grid. So today we're going to touch upon our brain and the order that it does stuff in. Whatever our brain does to produce mind, it has to happen in a certain way, otherwise the world wouldn't make any sense to us. And we need to point that out before looking at behaviours, so let's get on with it. Right, so at the start of the last video I said our relationship with understanding our brain's a funny one, as it produces our understanding of the world and also the means of understanding it. Basically, whenever we do something, we predict the advantage it will give us and then fill in the gaps to see if it was worth it. So your alarm clock goes off and you get up to go to work. If you didn't, you get the sack. So even though you don't want to get out of bed, you do because you figured out that it's better than having no money. Then, after work, a group of colleagues decide they want to go for a drink. If it's worth it for you, you go along. If not, if there's no relative advantage, you don't. Before you make this decision, your brain has supplied you with certain facts about the environment. That getting paid is contingent with turning up for work. That you've probably got better things to be doing than hanging out with Nigel from accounts. You already have access to these lotteries representing your environment, and in a nutshell, that's what learning is. Being able to recall a previously experienced scenario and apply it to the situation in front of you. Of course, having learnt something requires you to have previously experienced the scenario to know what to do. So you might remember Nigel's attempt at karaoke at the last Christmas party, or the look on your boss's face the last time you strolled in 15 minutes late. Generally, this process of matching the situation in front of us with a previously experienced scenario works pretty well for us. The problem comes when we don't know what we don't know, or when we don't realise what we haven't learnt yet. In our modern environment, we often end up in situations where we believe we're capable of making a good decision, but really we aren't, and more importantly, we're unaware that we aren't. Whenever we make a decision, we always think that we've made a good choice. I mean, look at it logically. If we thought that there was a better way of doing something, we would have done it that way instead. So, at the moment you take a decision, you're not going to think that you've made a bad choice. It's only when all the lotteries in the environment become apparent to you that you realise that it might not have been such a good idea after all. An obvious recent example is the mis-selling of mortgages in the run-up to the 2008 financial crisis. I mean, people thought that buying a house was a good thing to do, but they're in a novel situation. They didn't have a reference to measure their response against, and due to a fair bit of mis-selling, ended up with a subprime mortgage that was just inappropriate for them. It was only when other factors became evident to them that the idea of buying a house became a bad one. So our brain produces our understanding of the world and also the means of understanding it, but this doesn't necessarily mean that we understand our environment. We gain our understanding of the environment by acquiring experience of different lotteries within it, and that's really important to realise, both in understanding how we react to the world, but also how other people react. Right, so that's all for now. Now we've got that out of the way, next time we can start looking at behaviour and how that leads to personality. So I'll see you then.